Okay, so next fight of our semi-final for Fight 'em Up series by Finnigan 40K has Supreme Grandmaster Azrael of the Dark Angels taking on first captain of the World Eaters, Kharn the Betrayer. This is going to be another really good fight. I give the range attack here definitely to Azrael. He also has really good melee though, and Kharn has fantastic melee. As we've seen, he's dealt with his other opponents quite quickly. So we're going to move over the dice tray here, not going to waste any time. We're going to see where they get set up on the table and who rolls highest. So Azrael will be rolling first, followed by Kharn. And then from there, I will strategize to place whoever gets the higher roll on the board in the best spot for their type of gameplay. All right, here we go, back behind the dice camera for the first roll of our second semifinal, final semifinal battle. So Azrael's rolling first here. It is a 5. Kharn is rolling next. It is a 4. So Azrael will go first. Going to look at the table here and see what's going to be best for him to get those ranged attacks in. Yeah, and we're going to get this one started. It's going to be another hell of a fight, I think. Models have been placed. We have Azrael, who won the roll-off here. Popped him in the same place as Marnius to hopefully get some ranged attacks in. And then we have Kharn over here. Azrael does have more wounds, so he's coming in with 6 wounds. Kharn has 5 wounds. They both have a toughness of 4, and their saves are 2+, and Kharn actually has a 3+. So overall, stats-wise, it looks like Azrael's got him by a little bit, but if I don't play this smart and Kharn can close that gap, it might be over very quickly for Azrael. So we're going to get to the move here right away and see what we decide. So both moving 6 inches this time. So it's going to be tougher to corner anyone here or run them down. So there's my 6 for Azrael. And Kharn, being a world eater, wants to get right in and just, of course, slice and bite the head off of Azrael. Just going to pop their dice down here. So that's 5 wounds for Kharn. And we have 6 wounds for Azrael. So back to Azrael here again. Moving up here. You guys might lose him there on that camera in just a sec. Just moved in behind the corner here. Kharn is gonna, he's not gonna move too much because I want him to be able to pounce if he has to. We have to be careful too because Kharn has a super strong weapon. It only has the 1 attack, whereas Lion's Wrath has multiple. They're both strength 8 weapons as well. So with Kharn, he has the 12-inch plasma pistol, so that brings him to here. And then we have the full 24-inch from Lion's Wrath. So yeah, Azrael's got quite a bit better shoot on him. And the arc from that is going to be pretty much to the back of the table on any side here. So he's got a much better weapon in regards to range and also amount of attacks. So I'm going to move Azrael again here. Got to be careful. I don't want him to come right out into the line of sight of Kharn and be open up for a shot. So he's there. You guys probably can't see him from the camera. He's just right back here behind the wall. And then Kharn is going to move 6 back around here. It's not very World Eaterish to be avoiding hand-to-hand combat, but he wants Azrael out in the open to at least get a shot on him or to maybe jump in. So I'm not going to give Kharn the satisfaction of being able to jump into hand-to-hand combat, but I am going to peel out here. Let's see. So Azrael does not have him in line of sight. And Kharn's like, I can smell that guy. I know where he is. And he's going to come right out. And let's see if he has the range there. Oh, just in range. So let me just see. I want to make sure that that move by Kharn was legit. If I move the full 6. So it's about just a little bit further because he's right in behind there. Yep, and definitely in range. So it's base to base here for the range. And Kharn does have him in range just barely. So this is going to be moving over to Kharn for his attack with his plasma pistol behind the dice camera. And we're going to see if Kharn is going to take the first blood in this battle. And if not, Azrael might be able to fight back super quick. And we'll see how this goes. Okay, so Kharn's first shoot here, he's just in range. His pistol tip is like just at the base of Azrael there. So this is Kharn's plasma pistol. It's only one attack, hitting on 2+. He did get the 2 just barely. It is strength 8 versus toughness 4, so this is going to be 2s to wound. Got it. It is a -3 to AP, which brings Azrael up to a 4+ invulnerable. He rolled a 3, so not a great start for Azrael. He has taken 2 damage from Kharn's plasma pistol, meaning that he is down to 4 wounds. And we're going to go back over to the other camera just to sum that up. All right, so Kharn had a pretty good roll there, considering it's just a 1 attack. There's a higher chance that it's going to fall off, but he was able to hit and also to wound Azrael. So he has done 2 damage to Azrael, and Azrael is now actually under the wound count of Kharn. So Kharn has his full 5. Azrael has 4. It's going back to the dice tray now, though, to see if Azrael is going to be able to do some damage back to Kharn. All right, and knowing that that was in that 12 inches of Kharn's attack, it is in the rapid fire range of Lion's Wrath. So usually Lion's Wrath has 2 attacks. It now has 3 because of rapid fire. It's hitting on 2+s here, strength 8 as well. So Azrael here has definitely more attacks, more chance of getting those hits and wounds, but we'll see if the rolls are on his side or not. So here it is, 2+s. All are through, fantastic. Strength 8, toughness 4, 2s to wound. So all have wounded as well. It is -3 to AP, which would be, fantastic against basic models, but Kharn does have a 4+ invulnerable, so he's got to make 4+ saves here. Oh my god. That's it, he's dead. So that is 2, hold on, that flipped over, 2, 4, 6 wounds. Kharn only starts off with 5. I'm just going to see if he has anything here. So yeah, the Berserker Frenzy, if this model is destroyed by a melee attack, so that's not the case here. And there's nothing that's going to bring him back either. So that is the end of this one. Azrael has defeated Kharn the Betrayer in the semifinal, and the finals are actually 2 Chapter Master Marines, Marneus Calgar versus Azrael. Oh, that was a much faster one than the previous battle. So I don't want to say that this table was set up for range, but just with the spacing here and the buildings you'd have to move around to get into hand-to-hand combat, it was a bit more of a range table. I'd say the other tables were just as range as well, but they were a little bit more tighter confined, so more for hand-to-hand. So Azrael has killed Kharn the Betrayer, wiped him out with his full wounds. Azrael did lose 2 wounds and finished that battle off with 4, so he is the winner. That means that our final round is actually going to be kind of a match to see who's the better chapter here. So I would say from my time playing Warhammer since 2nd edition, the 2 most famous chapters are the Dark Angels and the Ultramarines. So there's probably a lot of you guys out there that are fans of one or the other, and we're going to see who wins this in regards to the chapter master. So I think that's going to be pretty cool. I'm just going to go back here in a sec, pop Azrael up on his tower, and cover a little bit of this battle. And next up is going to be Marneus. All right, so once again, there is our victor of the other semifinal round, Azrael. He made it through, I wouldn't say easily. He was down there in one of the fights previous to either 1 or 2 wounds, if I recall correctly, but did great against Kharn. Kharn just did not have the ranged attack and not the ability to close that hand-to-hand combat. Since the finals are right around the corner, it is going to be Marneus versus Azrael. I think I'm going to shoot that right now. I'm going to keep this table the same too, because it played really well for both of these warriors. So I think it's going to be a good setup for that. So I'm going to end this one here. We're going to edit both of the previous fights, Marneus versus Abaddon and Azrael versus Kharn, and we're going to get the final started here in just a sec. Super excited to see if the Dark Angels are the better chapter or if the Ultramarines are. So here we go.